a political alliance, an alliance of strength, but an alliance of values. And having a country like Slovenia strengthened the alliance and gave assuredness and security to this small country on the edge of the Balkans.
But what if, let's say, Donald Trump is threatening that US can leave NATO if European countries will not contribute enough regarding NATO, regarding the defense budget? How do you comment on this action, and how would it affect NATO?
President Trump has done a great favour to the European countries because he shattered the complacency that previously existed. For too many of the European NATO countries, it was easy to imagine that the United States would always be available, would always be there. And now Donald Trump has at least put that into question, and the European NATO countries will now have to do much more, not just to satisfy him in terms of expenditure and investment in defence, but for their own self-interest and for the interests of their countries as well. So I hope that Slovenia, which has not got a good record for spending on defence, will listen carefully to that argument and continue to play the role that it does. And Slovenian troops have played a major and a significant part for a small country in NATO operations over the years, and we've got to build on that as well.
But are European armies efficient enough compared to American army, for instance?
European forces are still good and still effective. They've played their part in Bosnia and in Kosovo and in Afghanistan, and therefore they need to maintain that effectiveness for the future. Not just to be up sides with the Americans, but in their own self-interest and in their own self-defence. So that is what the lesson of this current debate is, that there are problems and difficulties facing the European nations, and they need to do more in terms of defensive investment than they're doing at the present moment.
But can you imagine NATO without the States?
I can't imagine NATO without the United States, but neither can the American Congress, which passed a resolution recently with 88% in favour of that. So whatever the President is saying at the present moment, the American people have a substantial regard for NATO, and by an overwhelming majority want the United States to play its leading role in NATO as it always has done. But we can't take anything for granted. You know, I'm not the Secretary General of NATO anymore. I'm an ordinary citizen and an ordinary taxpayer in one of the NATO countries, and I want us to get proper investment in our defence because we'll need it in the future, and that is the message that I bring to Slovenia today.